What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JD back with another NBA 2K25 build. And about a week or so ago, I brought you guys the Steph Curry build, more of that like 3-hunting, playmaking type point guard build. And you guys wanted a more of a, like an isolation 5-out type of a build. So I have that here for you today. I'm liking it to like a Derrick Rose meets Russ Westbrook type of a build. So if this build does help you out, don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and let's go check out this inside out ISO demon build. Let's go. Alright, so here we are in the builder. We're going to go ahead and put together this inside out ISO creator. I'm going to bring you guys this 5-out type point guard, like I said. So let's go ahead. We're going to go right-handed. We're going to go jersey number 1. We're going to make it more of a Derrick Rose type of a build. Now we are going to go to point guard position. For the height, we're going to go 6'4". For the weight, we're going to go 178 in order to get that 91 speed with ball. And then for the wingspan, we're going to take it out to 6'11". We want to have a little bit longer arms on this build, just to be able to get some of the other attributes and things we want. 6'11" is a nice little sweet spot for this one. So let's go ahead and start putting this thing together. You know me, we always start down with the physicals here just because they're tied into all the other badges and different things like that. So for this build, we are going to have an 85 speed. We definitely want to be able to move around the court and be, pretty quick. Being a smaller build and whatnot. For the agility, we're going to take it up to an 80. I feel like that's a decent little sweet spot. Unless you're like a true like a lockdown or back end type of a build, 80 is more than enough to get the job done. Again, this isn't going to be like any crazy, on-ball lock or anything like that. So 80 agility, and then for the strength, we're not going anything too crazy on the strength here. We're just going 48. I believe it's going to take it up to 48 when you move around some of the different attributes in other categories. And then for the vertical, we do want to have a nice vertical on this build. Being 6'4", we can get not only the pro contact dunks, but we can also get the small contact dunks, which I'll show you at the end. And to do that, you do need an 85 vertical. So that's what we're going to do for this one. We're going to be athletic on this build. Like I said, I'm kind of mirroring it between something between like a Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook with a jump shot. I don't know. That was kind of my goal with this one. I brought you guys the Steph Curry build. It was more of like a 3-hunting, playmaking type of a build. This one's going to be able to do more ISO, more of that 5-out, get to the hoop, finish, shoot the 3, play a little defense, playmake, pretty much an all-around demon type of a build. So let's go ahead and start up here with the finishing. We're going to go 78 on the close shot. Again, it's going to take it up to 78 just because of moving around some of the different attributes and things like that. The driving layup, we're going to take it up to an 80. We want to have a nice driving layup on this one, especially if we're going to be attacking the hoop and everything like that. And speaking of attacking the hoop, like I said, we do want to have some contact dunks on this build. We're going to get the pro contacts, the small contacts, have access to some nice dunk packages. We're going 93 on the driving dunk. That way you can get to the hoop and, get them posterizer animations and things like that. Now for the standing dunk, I was going to go 45. When everything was said and done, you get one extra attribute. Standing dunk was the only place that would let you put it. So 46 on the standing dunk, that'll get you all of the like normal under basket, dunk animations and everything like that. So if you do get stuck under the hoop, you will have access to some of those as well. And then by moving some of the attributes around, last but not least, your post control does get taken up to a 40. Doesn't unlock any badges or anything like that, but pretty solid all in all. Now going back and looking at some of the badges here with the 78 close shot, and you just get bronze paint prodigy, nothing too crazy there. With the 80 driving layup, you do get the silver float game, and you also get access to bronze layup mixmaster, and then you also get some decent layup animations and everything that you can choose from as well. On these smaller builds, I like to rock the default small or the Curry if you have a high enough layup, but I think default small is enough to get the job done. And then with that 93 driving dunk, you do get gold posterizer, and then you get Hall of Fame aerial wizard. Now depending on how many different cap breakers and stuff like that you have, this is going to be an option, and I'll cover this after I'm done with the build. If you wanted to put some extra cap breakers on the driving dunk to take it up to 96 and get that Hall of Fame posterizer, you certainly could do that. But for this build, at time being, we're just going to leave it at 93. So the finishing is going to be very good. You're going to be able to get to the cup, get the contact dunks, finish the layups, do all that type of stuff. Like I said, you're going to get some of the under basket standing dunks as well. So all in all, very nice on the finishing end. Now for the shooting on this one, we're going to go ahead and start with the 3-point shot first. We're going to max this out at 89. and then we're going to take the mid-range shot up to an 80. Now, why not the other way around? I think 89 3-point shot on this type of a build, if you're going to be, you know, isoing, or you can be like 5-out type of a point guard, I think I'd rather have a little bit higher 3-ball than the mid-range. The 80 mid-range is going to be more than enough to, you know, hit all your midi shots, your fadeaways, things like that. And then with the 89 3-ball, you can see over on the right-hand side, that does get you limitless range on silver as well. So you have limitless range, deadeye, shifty shooter all on silver, and then you get set shot specialist on gold. So you're going to be very consistent. And then with the 89 3-point shot, you're also going to get access to a lot of very nice jump shot bases as well. You know, if you've unlocked the Patty Mills, or you know, if you want to use the Cam Thomas type of a base, you know, you're going to have access to all those. And then, like I said, for that mid-range, having the 80 mid-range, you're going to be more than enough to be effective to hit them pull-up shots in that mid-range area. And then on the free throw, we're not doing anything too crazy here. We're going to go up to an 80. For me, I feel like once you get like past 70, it's probably more than enough to be consistent. But we're going to put an 80 free throw on here. We had some extra attributes when everything was said and done. So again, shooting on this build is going to be very good as well. So if you're, you know, scooting around, moving, and then you have an open three, you're going to be able to knock it down, hit the mid-range shots and all of that stuff, in addition to attacking the basket. Now, moving down to the playmaking, definitely going to have some playmaking on this build. For the pass accuracy, we're not going too crazy here. I know a lot of people like to go, you know, 85 for the bailout, or 89 to get the Tyrese Halliburton packages. We're going 82 pass accuracy on this one. You know, I've studied some other builds and different, you know, people that have been using some of these types, and 82 pass accuracy is more than enough to get the job done. You know, unless you're playing like super sweaty, high level, you know, pro-am type stuff. You know, if you're playing a lot of rec or park or, you know, things like that, 82 is going to get the job done. You're going to get gold dimer, you know, to help out your teammates and everything. So moving down to the ball handle, we're going to go with a 90 ball handle. This is going to be where we're going to use our cat breakers. Again, I told you with the driving dunk, we could split these up a couple of different ways. You could add 5 cat breakers here and get the 95 ball handle for the Steve Francis and some of them other type dribble moves, or you could split that up and put 2 cat breakers here to get the 92 ball handle, which would unlock your gold unpluckable and still get you handles for days, and then also get you ankle assassin if you wanted to go up to a 93. Again, it's all just depending on how you want to split them cat breakers up. For me on this build, I think I would go the 95 ball handle and use the cat breakers there. But like I said, if you want to go 92 ball handle and then go 96 driving dunk, you certainly could do that. And then the speed with ball, here's where we're going to use the other 2 cat breakers. Again, I've got 7 cat breakers in total, 5 for hitting starter 3, and then I've got the 2 from each of the last 2 seasons as well. And then I put out a poll on YouTube, you know, to ask you guys how many cat breakers you had, and like 50, almost 5% of you have, you know, in that same range, that 7 cat breakers. So I think a lot of these videos I'm going to gear more towards, you know, where I'm at. I feel like a lot of you have similar type cat breakers. If you are like vet 2, you could do what I said with the ball handle. You could go 95 the ball handle, you could go 91 on the speed with ball. Then you could also add 3 more to the driving dunk, and then still have a couple left over if you wanted to do that as well. But again, as far as the playmaking goes, let's get back to the badges, what we're here for. Like I said, you're going to get gold dimer on the 82 pass accuracy. You're going to get versatile visionary on bronze to help put them tight window passes, throw accurate lobs, different things like that. And then you will have silver break starter as well. So if by chance you're grabbing a board on the defensive end and you're trying to push it up the floor, it is going to help you out as well. Again, with the 92 or 95 ball handle, depending on which route you go. Like I said, if you go 95, which I would recommend on this one, you're going to have gold ankle assassin. You will have the Hall of Fame handles for days, and then you will also have the gold unpluckable for this build. And then with the 91 speed with ball, after we use the other 2 cat breakers here, you will have Hall of Fame lightning launch. And then you could put on the max +1 to get legend lightning launch on this build to help you move around even more. So playmaking definitely is going to be top notch on this build to go along with the solid shooting and the finishing. And then, you know me, if you followed the channel at all, my builds have to have a little bit of defense on them. I just the way I am. Again, I think if you're making the best all-around point guard build, you don't want to be a complete liability on the defensive side. So For the interior defense, we're going 51. Because of moving our steel up, it's going to automatically bring your interior defense up. Plus, I think you want to have a little extra interior defense on some of these types of builds too. If you're, guarding ball on the defensive side, your guy gets by you, you get down low, having that little bit of interior defense will definitely help you out. Now, for the perimeter defense, we're going 83. Now, you might ask, why not 85 to get that silver on-ball menace? To me, just based off of the different builds and stuff that I've used so far, I don't really notice a difference between bronze and silver on-ball menace. I think maybe once you get up into that gold Hall of Fame and obviously the legend badge tier of that, it's going to start making a difference. But I think going 83 to at least get the silver pick dodger and the silver challenger is definitely worth doing. And by saving those couple of extra attributes, we are able to take our steel up to a 91. Again, if you have them extra cap breakers like I talked about before, especially if you're vet 2, you could put that perimeter defense up to an 85 using those extra ones. But again, for me in this build, we're going to leave it rated an 83. We'll put the steel at a 91, and then we're going to go ahead and take our block up to a 68. I think that's very important on some of these builds. If you are able to get a 68 block on some of these smaller builds, I would definitely recommend doing so. That's going to get you the high flying denier on bronze, get you those chase down animations and things like that. You guys remember my Ray Allen build that I have? It's got the 99 3 ball. Doesn't have chase down, and it's tough, when you get beat on the perimeter, to not be able to get that type of an animation to help block shots and get those chase down animations, different things like that. So that's why I recommend going 68 on at least any build, at least 68 on any build if you can. Now, as far as the rebound goes, a couple of things you could do here. If you want to use these extra attribute points and try to put them in other categories, maybe you want to put it on that perimeter defense, you can. For this build, if you were going to be playing any type of theater, maybe 1s, 2s, something like that, I think you want to have a little bit of rebounding on this build. And again, if you were going to make it, if I'm leaning more that Russ Westbrook style, I'm not going to say Russ Westbrook, he'd probably have more than a 60 rebound, but we're going to go ahead and put a 60 defensive rebound down there, and then we're going to max this out and put a 50 on our offensive rebound as well. I think this is just going to help you out if you do get stuck down low. You're driving to the hoop, you kick it out, somebody shoots, maybe you're going to help get a board. Like I said, having the 60 defensive rebound will get you bronze rebound chaser as well. It's going to help you get some of them extra rebound animations, just attach yourself to the ball a little bit better. The 68 block, I talked about getting that bronze high flying denier and how important that is. The 91 steel will get you gold glove and gold interceptor. I think very, nice to have on a build like this, whether you're playing on the ball or off the ball. You're going to be able to play lanes, get, bump steals, plucks, all of that good stuff. I talked about the 83 perimeter already kind of in length, but you're going to get that silver challenger and the silver pick dodger. You will have the bronze on-ball menace and then the gold off-ball pest again. So I think you're going to be plenty viable, on the defensive side. And then I talked about the 51 interior that you get by moving your steel up to a 91. I believe it automatically puts your interior defense up there. So that's the build itself. I think it's a pretty solid all-around point guard type of a build. Let me know what you think down below. Let's go ahead and check out the build name and the comparisons. You see we get comparisons to Steve Francis, Tyrese Maxey, and Russell Westbrook. I think those are excellent comparisons when you're talking about, an ISO, being able to get to the hoop, shoot the basketball, play a little bit of defense. Very good comparisons. I got my guy looking like Derrick Rose. I think that's another comparison if you're going like that young, early Chicago MVP type Derrick Rose type of a build. And then you see the build name's kind of cool as well. You get an inside ISO specialist. So again, that's going to be the build here, and I just wanted to show you this real quick. As far as the jump shot goes for this build, this is the one I was rocking on my build that I have that's very similar to this. It's the Cam Thomas base with the Devontae Graham and Steve Kerr uppers. You can see I'm going about 3/4 speed, which still gives you an A+, nice smooth jump shot. 30% Devontae Graham, 70% Steve Kerr. If you do have the Patty Mills base unlocked, I would maybe suggest trying that one as well. You could use the same uppers on it. It's going to be just a touch smoother and everything, but very nice jump shot if you guys were looking for that. And then as far as the dunk styles go, I talked to you guys about having the contact dunks and everything. You can see with this build you will get the pro contact dunks, and then you will also get the small contact dunk animations as well. So you're going to have very nice dunking on this build. You see you get the 1 foot moving contact dunk, same thing, you get the pro and the small as well. You get those regular under basket standing dunks that I talked about, having that 45 standing dunk on there. And then as far as the different signature dunks go, you see you get a variety of those. You can get the Russell Westbrook dunk package. You get the Latrell Sprewell, which got some like violent, aggressive type dunks on there. The Ja Morant one, same thing. Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, like I said, you get a lot of very nice dunk packages in there. So I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. As far as the different animations, again, because I only have the 90 ball handle on there, it's not going to give you all the dribble styles and everything like that. There's plenty of videos out there if you guys are looking for best dribble animations. I'm probably not the best person to ask for that, but definitely go check those out. I know there's plenty out there. So that's going to do it for the build. Let me know what you guys think of this inside-out ISO creator type of a build. I think it's a pretty solid all-around point guard type of a build if you're looking to do more of that 5-out, or you want to have a little bit more of attack the rim, play style. Again, if this build did help you out, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. We're on that road to 6,000 subscribers. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.